Good morning, it's Monday. Welcome to another weekly vlog. The sun's shining and I have just left home. It's about 11 o'clock, 11:15 now, and I'm on my way to Bournemouth to stay with my parents. Just for a couple of nights, just to catch up with them, and mostly actually, not mostly, but also to have my eyebrows re-microbladed. They're getting a little bit patchy and I wanted to get them done sooner rather than later, so that's what I'm having that done tomorrow morning. Also, it's an opportunity to go to some of my favourite charity shops which are close to where my parents live, so I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, I'm coming back on Wednesday, and first thing I thought we should talk about was how my goals went for last week, which was, there were 3 goals. Let's start with the second of my goals, although they'll be whichever, I don't know why I'm saying second, because they'll be whichever order I say them in. I was talking about my blood pressure last week, which was high, and I wanted to monitor that, and it continued to be fairly high, and then my blood pressure machine broke. The blood pressure machine I had was a replacement for my previous one, and the previous one, the air pressure thingamajig. Oh God, is this a cue to get onto the moat? Oh no, it's not too bad. The lights are up there. Yeah, the air pressure pump thing just gave up working on the previous one, and it was from Amazon, and they replaced it for me, and exactly the same fault developed with this one, so I've returned it for a refund and ordered a different one, and that's arriving today. So I did do that goal pretty much, because it didn't break until Thursday, but my blood pressure was still fairly high, so I do need to continue to keep an eye on that once I get my new monitor. My second goal was to take my supplements every day, and I have done that, and while I'm stopped at these lights I could show you possibly. I invested in one of these things to take my pills. The lights have now gone green, so I'm going to be moving in a minute. I can fill that up with a week's worth of pills, and it just makes it so much easier to remember to take them every day. I know it doesn't sound much, but if you're opening 5 different bottles of pills every day, it's a bit inconvenient, isn't it? And if they're all just ready there and I do it once a week and sort them into that, so much easier. So yeah, that's gone well, and I have been consistently remembering to take all my supplements and my blood pressure pills every day, so that's good. I need to continue doing that. The third goal last week was, what was it? I'm trying to remember. Oh, it was the social media ban, wasn't it? Facebook and Instagram. And I talked a little bit during the week about how I was getting on with that, and I really liked it. I have over the weekend, not Instagram so much, but I have been on Facebook a little bit, and I have again I did pop onto it this morning once. However, I've decided to keep the apps off my phone during the week. I haven't added the Facebook app back onto my phone at all. I don't want it on my phone. I've decided I definitely don't want that on my phone at all. And the Instagram one I had on my phone over the weekend, didn't go into it much, and I took it off again last night, and I feel like it was a real eye-opening exercise I felt better without so much social media, I have to say. So I'm keeping the apps off my phone for the moment, and I'll update you on how I get on with it, not every week, but you know, in due course. So as I said, I'm off to my parents today. I'm back on Wednesday, so this week is kind of a bit of a short week, so I didn't want to do any too full-on goals, but I've got 2 goals that I've set for myself this week, and one is one that I can do anywhere. Could be doing it now and you wouldn't know. Do pelvic floor exercises. I go through phases of doing my pelvic floor exercises, and women of a certain age, we ought to be doing our pelvic floor exercises, didn't we? So yes, I really have got to get back into the habit of doing that. At one time I was doing them every time I stopped at a red traffic light. I would do 10 pelvic floor exercises, and I just got out of the habit, and you know what these things are like, sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't. I haven't done them for ages, and I feel like I need to, without going into further detail. Oh, that took a turn, didn't it? So yes, this week's goal is to get back into the habit of doing pelvic floor exercises, and the other goal, just not quite as personal, is to back up all my photographs onto, I bought myself a new little hard drive, external hard drive, and I know this sounds ridiculous, but I kept my previous iMac, this great big desktop computer, because I used it as storage for my photographs, and now there's no reason to keep it. I just need to take my photographs off it, put it onto, I've stopped using it about 5 years ago when I got my new one, which is now due to be replaced as well. But I just want to put all of my photographs onto this new hard drive, and then I can sell my Mac, so that will be good. But those are my 2 things for this week. Right, that was a long intro. I'm going to stop here. I will catch up with you again later and let you know what I'm doing once I get to my mum and dad's. Good morning. Oh God, that's not good, is it? It's not good morning, it's very bad light morning. I'll put you somewhere. Will that work? No. Oh God, that angle's horrible. No, I'm going to hold you. It's Tuesday. Anyway, after that 15-second intro, let's put my glasses back on because that is slightly better. It's another lovely morning. It was cold first thing. I didn't film anything else yesterday because literally nothing of note happened. I went to the charity shops with my mum in the afternoon. Did okay. Not brilliant. It's that sort of change of season now, isn't it? They're really trying to get rid of all the coats that haven't sold all winter so they don't have to store them, and so yeah, lots of coats. But I had one lovely find. I'm not going to tell you the brand, but a brand of shirt that was hanging on the men's rail but was actually women's shirt, and it wasn't a brand I'd heard of before, or I thought I hadn't, but something in me, what didn't even feel nice, just a cotton shirt, collarless, something in me said I ought to check that. I feel like that is something in the back of my mind, you know. Anyway, I paid £3 and £4 for 2 shirts from this particular brand, and they sell for about £100 each. Yeah. So that was nice. That was a nice find. Then I spent the evening with mum and dad. Mum cooked some duck for dinner, which was lovely, and we chatted about holidays and various other things and had a nice evening, and I was in bed by about 10 o'clock, I think. So in fact I was probably in bed by about 9:30 but I was reading. So yeah, I didn't bother filming anything because just nothing exciting happened. Then it's now about 11:15, I think it is, and I'm off to get my eyebrows done. I've just seen the lady who does them is just parked across the road from me, so I'm giving her 5 minutes to get set up, and then I'm going in to get them done. Not looking forward to the plane. I have bought some numbing cream which I put on because you have to put it on an hour in advance. Have to say they don't feel particularly numb, I must say, but we shall see. Otherwise I'm just going to have to grit my teeth and bear it, but it's worth it. I hate having to pencil in my eyebrows, so yes, I'm quite pleased that I'm getting them done. Went to another charity shop this morning and had some of the worst service I've ever had in a charity shop ever, but I will save that story for later on or later in the week or something. I will tell you it, but I haven't got time to go into it all now. So right, this afternoon I'm off to Home Sense with my mum, so I might film a little bit in there, see what lovely things I can find in there. I cannot imagine that I will emerge from there without at least one candle in reality. So yeah, anyway, I'll speak to you later. I'm in Home Bargains. Look at the unicorn earmuffs. I think I'm a little old for them, but they're very cute. I like them a lot. I think these big lanterns are really good value, £14.99 for this really big one. I got some of those a few years ago for my conservatory, and they were really expensive. Not from here, but that's a real super bargain if you're looking for any of those. I really like these monogram makeup bags. They've even got a C one there, but I don't need another makeup bag. This is what happens when you come into Home Bargains and you don't need anything. Feel a bit of a haul coming on later on. Oh my goodness, look at these lovely chairs, lemon skin chairs. They're fab, aren't they? Loving Home Sense today, full of lots of lovely spring-like things. Mostly at the other end actually, which I haven't filmed, but lots of plants and fake flowers and little Easter bunnies and pastel coloured things, making me think of spring. It's all lovely. Oh, I love that settee as well, look, like a chaise longue. I totally need this notebook, so very me. Excuse me. It's 6 o'clock. I'm still at my mum's. Propped you up on top of the bedside light. It's actually not a bad background, that. Even the light's not too bad. It's had a very, very, very busy day. A bit knackered actually. I had my brows done. Looking quite dark, but really pleased with the shape and everything. Bloody hurt again, despite the numbing cream and the 2 paracetamol I took. It's not unbearable, but it's pretty uncomfortable. But it took less than an hour this time because it was a top-up, so I was quite pleased with that. Then this afternoon, Mum and I went out, did a little bit of filming in Home Bargains and Home Sense, I think. Managed to escape from Home Sense with only 2 candles. I'll do a bit of a haul tomorrow when I get home. Show you what I bought. Bought a few bits in Home Bargains as well, which was quite impressive because I didn't actually need anything at all. What else to tell you? Yeah, came home from shopping with Mum, went to another couple of charity shops this afternoon, got a couple of bits, nothing amazing, but just a couple of bits and bobs, so that was good. This evening we're going out down the road to the local pub in the village, going for something to eat. Looking forward to that, quite hungry. When we got back from shopping, I ordered Mum a new mouse for her computer because hers keeps sticking. So that should come tomorrow because I ordered it on my Amazon Prime. And I also helped her book a cruise for her and Dad, a Saga cruise next February, which actually looks really nice. I'm now old enough to go on a Saga holiday because I'm 50. But yeah, I booked that for them. They're going to the Canaries in February next year, so that's something for them to look forward to. So that's nice. So yeah, that's it from today. It's been a very busy one. I feel like I'll sleep well tonight. Don't think I've got anything else to tell you at the moment. Probably won't take the camera out this evening because I don't really like shoving the camera in my parents' face, as you know. So probably back tomorrow with a haul, and yeah, I'll see you then. Good morning. It's Wednesday. Actually, it's good afternoon. It's about 1:15. Oh, I've had a very busy few days. I'm home again. As you can no doubt see, I'm just on my way out to the kitchen in the conservatory to get myself a Diet Coke. Yeah, it's 1:15. I came home first thing this morning. Well, first thing, I left just after 9 after having breakfast with my mum and dad, and got home, did all my parcels as usual. Every time I come home I have to sort out my parcels. Just dropped them off and dropped off the post office ones as well. That's all done. Just got home and I'm making myself a jacket potato with cheese and coleslaw for lunch because I'm hungry and that's what I fancy. I'm going to show you what I bought in Home Bargains and TK Maxx, not TK Maxx, Home Sense later on. Sorry, I just literally run up the stairs and run into the kitchen and run out again. And I'm a bit worn out. But yeah, I feel a bit like I've been run over by a truck, to be honest. Such a busy few days. I feel like I haven't really, feet haven't touched the ground. Anyway, yes, I'm going to go and have my lunch and literally sit down and my eyebrows are looking quite nice, aren't they? A bit pleased with those. Yeah, I'm going to sit down for an hour. So I've got a lady coming to pick up some dining chairs at 2:15 that she bought on eBay, some of the G-Plan ones. But yeah, I need to sit down, eat my lunch and just chill out for a little while before embarking upon the afternoon's activities. Well, it's now 4:20 and let's have a little Home Bargains and Home Sense haul, shall we? Went in both of these shops not needing anything. I think I said that yesterday. The first thing I bought, for about 89p I think, was very unexciting. Let me push you back just a little bit. Was a dustpan and brush. I think the builders must have half-inched my last one. They do that quite often, which I suppose is a good thing in a way because it means they are sort of clearing up after themselves. But yeah, new dustpan and brush. Very exciting that. Then I got some swing bin, try and say that if you've had a gin. Swing bin liners, 20 of them. They were about £1, I think, maybe a bit less. And they are lemon fragranced, which I thought sounded quite nice. Nice bit of lemon fragrance in my bin. What else? I got some of these Auntie's Golden Syrup Sponge Steamed Puddings. William likes to have a pudding when he comes. He's coming home next weekend, not this one, coming the one after, and he always likes to have a pudding, and I don't often make puddings, so thought those were useful to keep in the cupboard, and if I don't get in, if he doesn't eat them when he's here, he can take them back to uni with him, because that's the sort of microwave nonsense that a student would like, isn't it? What else did I get? I got a candle. Couldn't resist. It's a newish one, I think. I've not seen this one before. It's apple and raspberry blush, and in the autumn range, Home Bargains do a apple and cinnamon, I think it is, candle, which is really, really lovely. Really good throw. These are £2.99, all their big jar candles, and that smells very appley and very raspberry-y. Raspberry, I've just made up a new word. That's lovely. So I couldn't resist it. It felt very spring-like and nice, and I had to have it. Don't tell Ashley, for goodness sake. I got a new notebook. It's pink and rose gold, and it says Gin and Bear It on the front. I always like my notebooks to have these wire... What is this called? What is this thing called? I'm wanting to call it a spring, and it's not a spring. Honestly, I've lost the ability to speak this afternoon, haven't I? I think I'm tired. Anyway, this thing, I like them to have that so I can fold them all the way back. It was £1.49, I think. I got some clippy containers. I think this was £3.99 or £4.99, and there are 5 of varying sizes with those. This clippy dewy up thing, which are good for the freezer, and also for when Will comes home. I sometimes cook him a lasagna to take back with him, and puts it in these sort of containers. In fact, the reason I bought these was because he's taken all of my last ones back to uni and hasn't brought them back yet. I'm actually hoping he'll bring some back next weekend, but I thought I'd get those while I saw them. I got some dishwasher cleaner. It's quite good, this. It's much cheaper than the Finish one and does almost as good a job, I would say. I think it's 99p or 89p. Yeah, always like to have some dishwasher cleaner in. And I bought some cat food. My cats, for years, my cats ate Whiskers in pouches. That's the brand of cat food for viewers who are not British. And suddenly, both of them just stopped eating it for some reason. I don't know why, about 4 years ago. So we switched to Felix. Had to sell the leftover Whiskers on eBay. They took against it so badly. Yeah, so we switched to Felix, which they've liked all the time, and suddenly they're very picky. I buy 4 different flavours in big boxes. I've got a subscribe and save order with Amazon for it. And I think there's 2 fish flavours and a beef and a chicken, and Reg has taken against anything fish flavoured after having liked it fine for years, and Ron's just not really very keen on any of it. So I bought these little chicken ones because chicken is generally their favourite flavour. Just bought 3 of them. They were 25p each, just to give them something to eat, but I think I'm going to have to switch from Felix to something else. I got a fajita mix. Use these quite regularly. Fajitas is William's favourite meal, or one of his favourite meals. So yeah, I got fajita mix, and finally I bought this little tiny lidded gold pot. This is part of the Ports of Call range by Jeff Banks. They've got quite a lot of homey stuff in there. This perfectly matches the thing in on my dressing table which I keep my makeup on in. Really struggling to speak. Which I keep my makeup in. It's the exact same mirrored rose gold finish, and I thought this would be really good to keep my rings in at night rather than just chucking them on the side, which I normally do. So yeah, that's for my bedroom. That was £1.99, that little pot. Right, that is everything from Home Bargains. In Home Sense, I only bought 2 candles. That's all I bought. I was very good. They had lots of nice Eastery and spring decor stuff, but I don't really need any, and we're going to be doing the lounge at some point, so yeah, I managed to avoid that. First one is, what's the brand? It's DW Home, which they do a lot of candles in Home Sense of this brand, and it's Pomelo Zest, which is grapefruit, fresh and citrus and green, and it's getting to that time of year, isn't it, where we want all the fresh spring-like fragrances. I can smell this just while I'm wafting it around. Absolutely lovely, so nice, uplifting and citrusy, and really like the glass container as well. Right, and finally I got this one, which I think is again DW Home. Oh no, it's not, it's Sand and Fog, which is another brand that they very often have in Home Sense and TK Maxx. And this is lemon, sorry, I never told you, this one was $5.99, this Pomelo one. This one was $7.99, and this is lemon and verbena. And I really liked the jar, I thought that was really pretty, and it smells, again, just gorgeous. It's like a sweetened lemon scent. Oh, lovely. Oh, I'm in candle heaven. So that's that one. Thought that would be nice during the day in my office. Very uplifting, both of those. That's it. That is my little haul for you. Good morning, it's Thursday. Fancied a bit of brightly coloured on my eyes today, so I've gone for a little bit of green. I didn't film anything else last night because nothing exciting happened. Ashley came home, we had pasta bake for dinner, and yeah, that was it really. Early night. Woke up ridiculously early again this morning, 5:30 or something. It's about 9 o'clock? No, it's 9:20 now. I'm going to meet my friend for lunch at 1:30 in town. I'll catch up with her. And I'd like to, by that time, I've got 25 new listings up. I've got 24 actually, because I'm doing them in sixes today. I have got, let me think, 6 done already. I'm trying to put stuff away at the same time as talk to you, and it's not working. My multitasking skills are not good today. Yeah, so that's my plan for this morning. Then go out for lunch and take it from there. Well, that was a busy morning. Sunglasses are falling off my head and I'm nearly falling down the stairs. Yeah, that was a very busy morning. It's about 1:15. I'm off to meet my friend in town for lunch. Yeah, I've got 25 listings done, or 24, and I cross-listed them to Etsy as well. But it did take up the entire morning getting that done. It's a gorgeous old day. Look at that. Try and ignore the things of garden rubbish over there, but look at what a lovely day it is. So nice. And the skip's gone as well, which is an added bonus. Sorry, I'm aware I'm pointing you at a door. Yeah, the skip is gone. It was gone by the time I got back from my parents. Right, I'm off to town, and then I'm going to Tesco's to buy some ingredients for dinner. It is Vietnamese pork for dinner. Soup time in Asda. I really like this lemon one. Pretty. I just collected the post from the end of the drive. We have, sometimes if we have a lazy postman, just let me show you. We have a letterbox through the door downstairs, but down at the end of the drive on the gate we have a post box actually attached to the gate. I think the previous owners used it because they kept the gate shut. We don't really keep the gate shut. Sometimes of an evening we'll shut them, and sometimes if I'm by myself in the house overnight I'll shut them. But yeah, the post box in the gate, and I don't always remember to close it, to check it for post. That's what I'm trying to say. I've just been to it, and since the weekend this is all the crap that's arrived. Devon Today, which is some sort of something from the council, like a leaflety thing. Looks like it's a Lib Dem party political thing. Got local council elections coming up soon, I think. This is another party political one for the Conservatives. This arrives periodically. It's a local magazine, well, they call it a local magazine, which is basically just adverts, literally almost all adverts, interspersed with very uninteresting stuff. Something about radiators, new radiators. This, Mole Valley Farmers, which is a local shop that sells farm type stuff and bird food, and honestly, I mean, I like a shop, but it's not a fun shop, Mole Valley Farmers. All of that paper, which is literally going to go straight into the recycling bag. The only reason I didn't put it straight into the recycling bin as I came through the door was that the bin is at the end of the drive still because they emptied it today. So I'm going to go and look on the Royal Mail website to see if I can opt out of receiving all this crap that the postman puts through the door, because I don't need it, I don't want it, and yes, I need to save the planet. Hilariously, you have to print out a form from the internet, an opting out form, and you have to send it off in the post. There is no option to do this online. That is the most hilariously ironic, ridiculous thing I've ever come across, but I'm going to do it anyway. I will leave the link in the description box below in case anybody else wants to join me in stopping crappy leaflets coming through their letterbox. I'm cleaning my microwave. It's all excitement here. I've just taken out the plate and washed it, but it's all a bit sticky and rank in there. The top bit particularly gets yucky, even though I cover everything I put in there. So I expect you all know this already, but bowl of water with a lemon squeezed into it, or half a lemon if that's what you've got. I'm only doing it now because I've got some lemons that need using up. And put it on for 5 minutes, and that will boil the water, and the steam from the water will loosen up all the gunk in the microwave and make it very easy to wipe out. As I said, I'm sure you know all this already. Sorry, Ashley? There is actually. No gunk in his microwave, he said. So tonight we are having Vietnamese pork, which looks very nice. This is a Simply Cook recipe. I've not done this one before. I've got my little flavour pots here. Let's open those up. We have got sriracha sauce, love sriracha sauce, fish paste, Vietnamese beef stock, pork fillet, that's the little circly thing out of the microwave, a lime a bit past its best if I'm honest, some shallots, pak choy. That's some coriander that I don't actually need for the recipe, but everything's better with coriander in, isn't it, as I told you last week. And it needs using up, and some spring onions. And I also need some jasmine rice, which is in the cupboard. And this looks very tasty. I'm quite excited about cooking this. I'm really looking forward to it. In other exciting news this afternoon, I bought some Lenore Unstoppables in spring flavour. I've never bought any of these before, but the internet's going a bit mad for them, isn't it? Is it Mrs. Hinch or, I don't know. They smell lovely anyway. You have to squeeze the part, and I think they've got little holes in the top. And yeah, smell lovely. What can you do with them other than put them with laundry? I've got a feeling you can sprinkle them on the carpet and then hoover them up and they make this carpet smell nice. Is this right? It doesn't say that on the back, but anyway. Right, I'm going to put some more comfortable footwear on than that which I have on at the moment, and then I'm going to cook the dinner. Good morning on foggy Friday, although the fog is burning off and I think the sun's going to come out later on. Couple of things before we start. Why do I look very heavily made up in my video? My phone screen, that's what I'm trying to say. Didn't feel like I put that much makeup on. My eyebrows are starting to scab as well. Lovely. Anyway, scabbing is normal when you have them microbladed, I should just say. And then when the scabs fall off, you're left with your final colour. It takes a few weeks to settle down. But anyway, I digress. Friday morning, 9 o'clock, 9:14, on my way to the parcel shop because it's posting day. The sales have been quite quiet the last couple of days, although I had quite a nice one overnight and then another couple so far this morning. So perhaps it's going to pick up for the weekend. Last night's dinner, Vietnamese pork, which I completely forgot to show you, was a hit. It was one of the nicest Simply Cook meals that we've had. Really highly recommend that one if you're with Simply Cook. Try that one out. Ashley liked it as well. Definite thumbs up. What else did I have to tell you? There was one other thing that I was going to talk about, and I literally have no idea what it was. So let's talk about Friday. What's happening today? It's cold. It's 2 degrees. It's end of the week. Made it to the end of the week. What have I got to do today? I'm going to go to the parcel shop. I'm going to go home. I want to get 12 or 15 new listings up. That would be my aim for today. I'd also like to get this vlog started editing, ready for Sunday, and a couple of other little bits and pieces that I need to do as well. Then this afternoon I am going for a smear test. That was what I was going to talk to you about, smear tests. Yeah, public service announcement. If you do a smear test, if you haven't had one for whatever reason, go and get one. It doesn't hurt. The very mildly uncomfortable would be, it hurt far less than having my eyebrows done. Far less. Doesn't hurt, takes less than a minute, and might well save your life. So if you're due to have one, make an appointment, go and get one. Important life hack. Dunno. Anyway, right, I'm nearly at the parcel shop, so I shall catch. It's a glorious spring-like day. It's so nice. The last 2 days have really... Sorry, that I didn't turn you around quickly enough for that to even focus, did I? Oh, look at that song thrush out there on the tree. Lovely. Anyway, yes, it's a glorious sunny day. I've just tried to film a little bit outside because I went outside to enjoy the sunshine for 5 minutes, and the sun's too low in the sky and I couldn't find a good angle to film at. Just started editing last week's video, this week's video even, this video that you are watching right now. And, oh God, that's not going to be a good place to sit. It's the trouble with sunshine, you say. This time of year is too low in the sky. Let's sit down. In fact, let me start this again with a tripod so I can sit and actually talk. Side note, do you like my new jumper from Asda? I picked it up yesterday. Just thought, hang on, I don't know if I can... It's quite sort of oversized, boxy type of jumper. And I just loved the pastel colours. It was really stripy and pastel-y and spring-like. And I'm actually a bit hot with it on today, but I do really like it. They're in Asda at the moment. Well, it's 5:30 and the afternoon has just run away with me. Popped out to get my smear test done. Got the nurse to also take my blood pressure. Why is my hair looking like that? I've just done it. It's odd. Yeah, which was fluctuating, she said, but she also said that that was okay. The second time she took it, it was okay. Little bit high, but nothing to worry about. So I've got to do a proper monitoring of it next week. And anyway, you don't want to hear about my blood pressure. I'm now on my way out to meet friends for drinks, after work Friday drinks at the pub. Looking forward to it. Can't wait. So, well, I was going to tell you a story about something, wasn't I? Was it the charity shop? Oh, it was the lady in the charity shop. I'll switch to my phone camera and tell you while I'm on the way to park my car in town. So, I went into the charity shop in my mum's village, which I have been in on occasions before, not loads. It's not like one of my favourites, but it was one particular. It was Marie Curie. Let's name and shame. And they're never particularly friendly in there, but that's fine. They don't have to be friendly. You know, I'm not looking to make friends. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my mirrors. Somebody moved my car when I was parked at Ashley's office earlier, and my mirrors are all different. Yeah, I went in, I picked out, well, I spent £46 in there. One of the items was a top with a zip up here, and all around the edge of the zip, the top was pink, all around the edge of the zip was, well, not all around it, but a good half an inch, let's say, was something brown and encrusted onto it. Don't want to think too deeply about what it was. This is the downside of reselling clothes as a job. But it was a good brand and I wanted the top. So I thought, I was pretty sure I could get it out, but it just wasn't nice, you know. So what I usually do in this sort of situation, I went over to the cash desk. I said, I'd like to buy all these, please. I pulled out the one. I said, I would quite like this one, but obviously, as you can see, it's got something nasty on it. I'm pretty sure I can get it out. Could you do something on the price for me of this, please? The woman looked at it, looked at me like I was a bit of dirt on the bottom of her shoe, got her thumbnail, she had really long false nails, and she scraped this stuff off with her thumbnail. It flicked across the cash desk onto the floor, and she went, there, it's gone now. I was just rendered absolutely speechless. I literally couldn't believe it. And there was another old dear behind the cash desk. She was the manager, this woman. She wasn't a volunteer, she was the manager. She had a badge that said shop manager, and it took everything I had not to really fall out with her over this. I just said, right, I don't want it, thank you, and left it at that, as she puffed and puffed off with it. And the other woman was the volunteer woman, who was a bit of an old biddy, and hadn't been particularly friendly when I'd gone to the cash desk. In fact, I forgot to tell you the first bit of it. The volunteer woman was there when I got to the cash desk, and she was the one who who I addressed my original query about said crusted garment to. And she just looked at me. She didn't say, she just looked at me, and she went, can't remember what the manager's name was, but let's call her Elaine. Elaine, you're wanted, and rolled her eyes while she said it. So that didn't start well. It was just bad from start to finish. It really was. And then Elaine came out. I repeated my question to Elaine, and she then did the thumbnail flicking off of the crusty whatever it was. Anyway, Elaine then went back to the back with the garment, and the manager then went back to the back with the garment, and this woman started dealing with my purchases, and she said to me, we don't put out garments like that. It's people letting their children run wild round the shop, and with food and things like that. Now, this particular garment I had got from a rail that was, I had to reach up like that to get to the rail. It was a high rail. You know, they have two stacks of rails, and it was the top one. No child had shoved their ice cream onto that rail unless they were wearing stilts. And had it all gone a bit better, I might have just let that one go, but I couldn't. I got argumentative. And I said, actually, it was from a high rail. A child couldn't reach it up there. And she went, well, they must have got it somehow, but, you know, we don't put garments out like that. So I then said, and I know I shouldn't have done, but they just annoyed me. I said, well, actually, you do, because there's a cream sweatshirt up there with a blooming great pink stain on the middle of it. So, yeah, it did. And there was. It didn't go that well, that visit. And then, by the time she called out the manager to tell her about the pink sweatshirt with the stain, and they were both rolling their eyes and being livid and hating me by that point, despite the fact that during the probably half an hour I was in their shop, I was the only customer. Nobody else came in or left. There was nobody else in the shop, unsurprisingly. You know, you'd have thought that they might treat their customers a little better, because I think they probably need some more. Anyway, they then rang all my stuff through the till and got in a right tizzy with the amount, and they put it all in wrong, and it was just a disaster. And I asked them to just start all over again, because they didn't know what they put in and what they hadn't put in, and they'd overcharged for something, and it was just a mess. And I said, look, I think it's just going to be easier if you do it again, start again. So they had to do it all again, and it was a disaster from start to finish. Anyway, I've spent about 6 minutes telling you that story. I am going to go, because I am nearly in town. I am off to the pub. I hope everybody has a lovely weekend, and I'll see you again I'll see you on Wednesday, but I don't know what that'll be yet. But I'll see you again for another weekly next Sunday. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.
stuck with a half